Hey everybody, I'm Rusty. I have day 2 of the weekly devotional, and I'm going to be talking about Jesus' cleansing of the temple. So soon after Jesus arrived back in Jerusalem, he makes his way to the temple, and what he finds there is going to anger him, because what he finds, instead of a place of worship, he finds it being desecrated and through financial exploitation and corruption. So what Jesus does then is he begins to drive out the merchants and all the people selling animals. He turns over the tables of the currency exchangers. And he says this, he says, "My temple will be called a house of prayer, but you have turned it into a den of thieves." So the temple was meant to be a place of sacred worship, where believers came to worship God. But the Jewish leaderships and the high priests at the time had turned it into a place where they made profit and gain power. Jesus is going to show through his actions in this event his true righteous indignation, or in other words, he's going to show his authority as the Messiah to restore his temple back to a place of worship. Another incident where he's going to show his authority is when he approaches the fig tree because he's hungry, but when he arrives there, he finds that the tree has no fruit. So he curses the tree, and it withers in front of his disciples. So what he's demonstrating here is God's authority to put his judgment on people who reject the message of the Messiah. I'm going to read 1 Corinthians 3:16 through 17. And here's what Paul says. It says, "Don't you yourselves know that you are God's temple, and that the Spirit of God lives in you? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him, for God's temple is holy, and that is what you are." So the message Jesus is sending here also is that we, as God's temple, can only be cleansed of our sins and impurities through that of Jesus Christ. Thank you guys very much.